How is it going, everyone? Welcome back to UCW Prime. We've got an action-packed card tonight. Gabe Gordon versus PrimeTime Powell in a #1 contenders match. The winner of this match will take on Con Raw for the Junior Heavyweight Championship next week. Then Nicholas Lancer defends the UCW Prime Championship against Calvin Rodgers. And then Chloe Adam takes on Sloane in an Extreme Rules match to represent the UCW Prime Women's Division. Skillz defends the UCW Prime Internet Championship against Harrison Rose in the co-main event, and Shawn Hunter, James Casey, and Dyer will go at it to crown the first ever UCW PrimeTime Breifcase holder. The winner of this match can challenge the Prime Champion at any given time, at any given place. Ladies and gentlemen, this is UCW Prime. Roll the cinematic or just skip through it. Let's get right into the action. God, I hate myself for that.
Pulse pounds loud like a war machine. Shadows rise, we're unseen. Knuckles crack, steel hearts ignite. Unleash the beast in the dead of night. Feel the ground shake, can't hold us down. Burn the world up, tear the walls around. Unstoppable force, we'll take the crown. We're the kings of chaos, wearing no
Personally, I've been sitting here waiting to do this for about an hour, so I'm ready to hop in if y'all are. Let's get into the action. Gabe Gordon versus PrimeTime Powell. Once again, #1 contenders match. It's only Wednesday. You need some milk. Go to the grocery store and get some milk, brother. Milk is very important. Milk, eggs, bread, that's what I grew up on. If it was going to storm, we all had to go get that. And this is the UCW Prime Arena, ladies and gentlemen. Also got the touch-up with the little branding and stuff like that. Brought to you by GamerSupps. Eventually, best energy drink in the game, 0 calorie, no sugar, no calories. All that good shit. That's why they don't pay me yet. Gabe Gordon making his way down to the ring, the black bear of UCW Prime. Only a technicality that he is on the developmental roster. Just needed to fill them slots, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you who are new, we do have scheduled interruptions as far as my webcam. Don't ask why. A nap would be good too. I felt that. I slept way better last night than I did any other night before. It was way better. Woke up in a great mood. Just yelled at you to stay away from dairy. Then you don't need milk, I guess. She said so. That's how it has to be, sir. Now it looks like it's gonna storm. It's been doing some weird things as far as the weather here today. It's been off and on rainy, dark as hell, super scary outside. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, PrimeTime Powell. He is not the namesake of this show. Editing takes so long, hours for the shortest clips. Yeah, so when you break it down, each entrance is about a minute to a minute and a half. And then you have to record the whole entrance. And then you have to go through, from that minute and a half, pick out your 2 to 5 second clips that you want, or your 2 to 5 second clips. And then you have to place those in the music. And you have to do that for Prime. We have 20 people on the roster, so I had to do it for 20 people. Not all 20 of them made it because some of them were boring. But PrimeTime Powell's is not boring. Shaking it for the fans. Getting lit in the middle of the ring. Not taking this match seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is about to be underway. I hate how long those scenes take. The ref is getting them ready. The bell rings. The match begins. Welcome in. Gabe Gordon takes out the arm of PrimeTime Powell very early. Into the corner. I'm trying not to call every move. I feel like calling every move is a little excessive. But at the same time, I'm trying to speak and do things for commentary purposes. Huge kick to the face, takes out PrimeTime Powell. Skillz also on the card. That's why his name's in the brain. Gabe Gordon in control. Picks him up. What's he looking to do? Switches the stance, bounces the face of PrimeTime Powell off the rope. Not a fan of that move. Just super disrespectful. And imagine the pain to your throat. It's gotta hurt. Drop kick from Gabe Gordon. Takes out PrimeTime Powell. He's going up to the top. He wants Powell standing for this one. It's an odd choice. It's very early. Double axe handle connects. Gabe Gordon not concerned at all about the abilities of his opponent. Powell able to kick out before the 2 count. He rolls under the ropes, trying to catch his breath. Gabe Gordon takes the opportunity, looking for something dangerous. A sledgehammer Powell's response to that is a table. Table shot to the face connects. The hammer didn't. Primetime Powell takes control. Dropping down on the arm, letting him know what it feels like. Catches him with a big chop, and a combo sends Gordon back down to his feet. Are you off work, DT? How was your day at work? How was everybody's day at work, actually? I don't know what y'all do with y'all's lives. I don't know if y'all have jobs, if you don't. Leah, I know what you work at a summer camp. How was that? It was hot, apparently. Grabs Primetime Powell by the back of the head. Gabe Gordon, some semblance of control back in his favor with the trash can from underneath the ring. Gets a big punch. Drops him down with a reverse DDT. Primetime Powell needs to put it together. I'd hate for him to be the namesake of the show and not be the Prime Champion. Going for a cover, Gabe Gordon once again, not even a 1 count. Blame that on the little bit of a mess in the middle of the ring. Huge super kick from Primetime Powell. I think Gabe Gordon was just as surprised as we are. He is not responding to Primetime Powell's call to stand. Now he does. Catches Powell with a big punch to the face. And a headlock. Meets him with a punch again. Primetime Powell, not in a good position. A little worrisome, I have to say. Throws him into the ropes. Primetime Powell trying to put it to drop kick, misses. Gabe Gordon knocks him out of the way. Drop down, leapfrog over, meets him with a huge rolling elbow, busts Primetime Powell open, pulls a chair out and decides he doesn't want to play with that. Primetime Powell makes his way to his feet over the top rope, catches him with a big combo. Uranagi lays out Gabe Gordon. I do not think that is enough to keep him down. So he decides to work on the legs instead. Frog splash off the top rope, takes out Gabe Gordon, going for the cover. 2, only a count of 2. Big forearm to the face. Powell still in control. Gabe Gordon gets out of the way, sends Powell over the rope. Knocks him back. Takes too long to get in the ring. Gabe Gordon all over that. Down onto his back. I'm assuming he's going to go for the trash can. Yes, he is. Just throwing it down on his opponent. That's rude, man. He's going for a cover. The ref can't get past the trash can, though. Only a count of 1. Beautiful game design. Gabe Gordon calls Primetime Powell up to his feet. Meets him with a big punch, then another. That's why I haven't done it. My attention span and patience for that is very minimal. It grows. The longer you do it, the more that you do it, and the longer you stay engaged on it. Like I've found, like Discord kind of distracts me whenever I'm doing it. And like in certain situations, like if it's people who are also working on stuff, it's way easier. But if it's people who are just playing video games, it's a little harder just because I'm trying to pay attention to what they're doing too. Gabe Gordon going for a cover on Primetime Powell, only a count of 2. But I mean, I've been editing since I was 16, off and on. So I've had almost 10 years to learn how to sit here and just suffer. But I mean, I've learned how to keyframe and stuff like that recently, like way better than I ever have, and like green screen effects and stuff like that. And that's where the tedious stuff starts. Gabe Gordon is about to lay out Primetime Powell. If he goes through through the table, and he just goes for the trash can. He's not even going to go for a cover. Throws it on top of him. Catches him. Going for the cover, Gabe Gordon. 2. I hope he wins. Brother just got put through a table. That was insane. That was one of the best spots we've had in UCW so far. It wasn't the ladder, Supreme, but it was something. I'm ready for camp to be done. Then I'll have 2 weeks straight before going back to work. Nice little summer break, though. I'm sure those summer camp kids suck, though. Like, I'm sure that sucks, for real. Gabe Gordon, ladies and gentlemen, your #1 contender for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. He will go on to take on Con Ra next week. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, we've got Nicholas Lancer versus Calvin Rodgers for the UCW Prime Championship. This is Nicholas Lancer's first title defense. winning the UCW Prime Championship 2 weeks ago. The ring announcer getting them all ready for what is sure to be an action-packed match. Ladies and gentlemen, making their way down to the ring first. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll get there. Calvin Rodgers. I was hoping they sent the challenger out first, but they don't always. Calvin Rodgers calls himself the Death Machine. I'm willing to bet a championship would make that name stick a whole lot better. Some that are sweet than their other ones, who have made me have to walk away from the room for about 5 minutes to collect my composure. Yeah, that's most kids for me. Kids are cool, kids are great, but like, I gotta collect myself because y'all are, there's 75, 25 that like y'all are gonna annoy me, and like I'm just a slightly impatient person, so like it's my fault, not theirs. I'm aware of enough to know that. I get it. I understand. Calvin Rodgers standing in the middle of the UCW Prime ring, hoping by the end of this match, that will be his ring. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your UCW Prime champion, Nicholas Lancer, and the new and improved UCW Prime Championship around his waist. What do we think? How do we feel? I love the blue and the purple personally. Think it makes it look way more modern. If you're new, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is UCW Prime, our developmental show. Not as fast-paced, not as carnage-orientated, but it's a good show out nonetheless. It's also our shorter show. Makes Wednesday my short day. The champion obviously primed and ready to go. Do you see what I did there? Very excited for his first title defense. I really like it. I think it's great. Not to my own horn. Not the best belt out of the new belts, but it's pretty good. I like it. The ring announcer once again getting the crowd in order for what is sure to be a crazy match. He's taking a look at it. He looks intent on making that his. The ref puts the belt up. These two men standing across from each other. I'm sure there is some absolute damage waiting to happen. Nicholas Lancer lands the first punch. Calvin Rodgers looks a little confused. He's not expecting to eat fist that fast. Big kick to the face as well. The Death Machine, now the one on his feet. The eyes of, y'all see Nicholas Lancer's eyes bulging out of his head. It's the beginning of the match, brother. You ain't in that much pain. German suplex. Calvin Rodgers. Nicholas Lancer back up to his feet, back and forth between these two men. Into the ropes. He catches him with a reversal. Takes him out with a crossbody. Zoom out just a little bit. Both men heading out of the ring. The Death Machine pulling out a ladder. The champion going for his own weapon. He seems to have pulled out a table. What's up with the what's up with bringing the knife to a gunfight? That's exactly, I mean, it worked in the last match. But it didn't because he lost. But just eyeing his opponent from the outside. Nicholas Lancer using every bit of that champion's advantage to his advantage. Makes his way back in. Calvin Rodgers obviously ready for him. Down onto the ladder. The Death Machine gets pushed off. The champion makes his way back up to his feet. Big elbows. Big punch as well. Not punch, kick. What am I talking about right now? Going for the cover, the Death Machine. Drops him down on his neck. Nicholas Lancer takes him out. Big shoulder to the face of the champion. Calvin Rodgers, for the last few minutes of this match, has not been in the best position. The challenger seems to be putting it together. Trash can goes over the ropes. He catches him. He's got him on his shoulders. The Death Machine drops him down on the top rope. Like I said, I don't like that move. It's not my favorite. Now snapping the leg forward of the champion, trying to chop the base down. And another trash can gets thrown across the body. Y'all some disrespectful MFers. Down onto the groin. The Death Machine flips him over. Into the ropes. Drops down. Big stomp to the chest. I believe we might be having some connection issues, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure why, but they might be happening. Big kick to the gut. The champion drops him down. Is that enough to keep the challenger down? We're not going to find out. He's going for that trash can. We got some pain-obsessed people here on UCW Prime. Instead of going for the win, we're going to just beat the hell out of our opponent with the trash can and go from there. Punch to the face. He's got his back. Sleeper hold locked in. He's got a choke. The rear naked. Elbows to the body. Lancer's fighting out of that one. A pin, actually. Only a count of one. Big forearm to the face, sends the Death Machine back down. He wants his opponent on his feet. Misses the kick. The Death Machine also eats a reversal. These two men are going back and forth. Drops down. Again, misses the kick. Calvin Rodgers, not in a good spot. Huge elbow from Nick, or nope, I had the names backwards. Calvin Rodgers isn't a good spot. Nicholas Lancer back on his feet, taking the opportunity to go outside and breathe for just a second. Back underneath the ring, a kendo stick comes out. Death Machine with his back turned. He's able to put a stop to that. Big elbow off the middle rope, takes out the champion. Calvin Rodgers with a huge kendo stick to the arm. Just beating the hell out of his opponent. Not nice, not cool. He's man down. You ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to. I'm here for it, but like, this is a developmental show. You're going to get a contract for Breakdown. I promise you that. A pile driver, the Death Machine out of nowhere, just pile drived the hell out of the champion. Nicholas Lancer is getting pinned. 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new UCW Prime champion. Okay, cool. It happened. I don't necessarily know if that was like a championship win worthy performance. It must have been a pile driver from hell. Must have been a pile driver from hell. That is all I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is to represent the UCW Prime Women's Division. We've got Chloe Adams taking on Sloane in an Extreme Rules matchup. No special privileges, nothing cool coming from that, because Chloe Adams, of course, is the UCW Prime Women's Champion. There it is, the new UCW Prime Women's Championship around the waist of Chloe Adams, your UCW Prime Women's Champion. Shaking off all the nerves, all the negative energy of the crowd. This woman does not care what the fans think, which, you know, as CEO, president, booker, janitor, I don't know how I feel about that. But she is champion nonetheless, and her skills got her there. And ladies and gentlemen, the challenger looking to pop off on UCW Prime early on. We've got Sloane. Quite a long entrance. We'll probably skip through it. But Sloane, ladies and gentlemen, nonetheless. Not sure what that flower is. Might give her special mystical powers. Might just smell nice. I'm not sure. Sloane makes her way to the ring. And now we're going to cut it. Chloe Adams, Sloane set to do battle in a one-on-one. Big drop kick from Sloane takes out Chloe Adams. Misses whatever that was supposed to be. I'm not sure. Looked like a cartwheel that's supposed to land into a crossbody. Chloe Adams slamming Sloane down. Now she's looking to pin the head between the feet, pulling on the hair. Back when I did not know what that was, I did not understand how that would hurt. But now I understand. She's stepping on her hair. That would hurt very bad. Chloe Adams goes to the top rope. Drops down on top of Sloane. Going for a cover very early on in this match. Only a count of 1. Misses the stomp down onto the body. Catches her with a huge knee. Once again, stomping down on the leg. She wants her up on her feet. Chloe Adams showing why she is the champion. Off the ropes. Catches the head of Sloane. Taking her for a little spin, then throws her to the side. Drops her back down. Sloane trying to take control. Throws her into the barricade. Now going underneath the ring. Another table coming out. I've said it a few times. The prop budget that we spend on just tables is absolutely insane. Sloane taking her time on the outside. Goes underneath the ring, looking for something to even the score. Comes in with a sledgehammer. Chloe Adams takes it away from her, but she knocks it out of her hands, catches her with a big punch. Into the corner, she rebound. Chloe Adams too fast, gets out of the way. Big punches. Elbows as well. Chloe Adams in complete control now. Going for another cover. Sloane able to kick out. Big punches to the face and then a slap. Takes the legs out from underneath Chloe Adams. She's crawling to the corner, trying to catch her breath. Another big sledgehammer shot to the face. Over the top rope, Chloe Adams goes. She's got her by the back of the head. Big elbows to the body from Sloane. Huge punches as well. Not the challenger, but the non-champion putting it together. Little bit of a comeback in order. Big kick to the face. She's going for a cover. 2. Only a count of 2. Sloane not able to get the pin on the champion. Chloe Adams back to her feet, catches her with a massive combo, lays her back down on her back, draping the knees across her. Chloe Adams sets up the table in the middle of the ring. Big chops, doing a lot of damage. Sloane flips her over her hip, trying to get away from the attack. Steel chair comes back out. Possibly the steel chair from the last match that was just discarded and never used. Sloane going for something big. Chloe Adams gets out of the way. Catches her by the head once again. Throws her around. Little spin. Nice little spin. Going for the cover. Only a count of 1. And a big drop kick as well. She also throws the chair at her. This chair is getting used and abused. Not as bad as the wrestlers, but this chair is getting tossed around. Misses the kick to the body. Sloane with a rolling elbow. And it's only rolling because Chloe Adams rolled into it. Chloe Adams fights out. Big reversal, trying to get Sloane off of her. Through the table. Chloe Adams. 2, 3. Chloe Adams showing why she is champion. Another big table spot here on UCW Prime. These young kids are not scared to get hurt. I will tell you that. Mo Skillz, Harrison Rose. The Prime Internet Championship is on the line. Next. Now it shows up. The ring announcer getting everybody ready for what is set to be the co-main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Harrison, the Mad King of Roses, making his way down to the ring now. Looking to take the Prime Internet Championship away from Mo Skillz. Being the first ever would have been great, but the second ever is almost as good. An off-putting man, to say the least. I like the mask, though. The gold is nice. I like that little porcelain mask action. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he is your UCW Prime Internet Champion, Mo Skillz. He got the red app. He got the purple app. We don't really be doing anything on the black and white and red and all them other color app, but I could add that. That's kids. Sour Patch Kids, lol. Yes, sir. There it is, the Prime Internet Championship. He looks down at his championship for what could be the last time. Harrison Rose taking a look at what could be his. Ladies and gentlemen, the ref has got him ready. The bell rings. The match begins. Harrison Rose meets Mo Skillz with a big punch to the face almost instantly. 77, welcome in, brother. How you doing? Harrison Rose rocking back and forth, waiting for Mo Skillz to stand up. Throws him into the corner. Big kicks to the legs of Mo Skillz. Able to fight back. Huge elbow lands. And a kick to the body as well. Drops him down. Doing great, brother. Just enjoying the match. Yes, sir. Thank you. Glad to hear you are doing great. I am also enjoying the match. As best as I can, anyway. My webcam wasn't on. I did not know. Harrison Rose goes up to the top rope. Big splash down across the body of Mo Skillz. He's going for a cover. Only a count of 1. Harrison Rose meets Mo Skillz with a huge punch to the face. Drop kick sends him down to the outside. This whole match is going outside. Apparently, Harrison Rose taking a walk around the ring to grab something from underneath it. The fan sign is in the way. Somebody tell the cameraman to do better. The cameraman is me. Harrison Rose meets Mo Skillz as he makes his way to his feet. Drops him down. Mo Skillz not quick enough to fight off the assault. A big kick across the body as well. Mo Skillz, big kick to the body of Harrison Rose. Bounces his face off the ring. Stomping down on the legs of Harrison Rose now. Bouncing his face off of it once again. Mo Skillz, now that he's gotten to his feet. Off the apron, down onto Harrison Rose. Let me not act like I saw that, but I did. I did see it. I promise. Stomping down on the face of Harrison Rose. Mo Skillz goes underneath the ring, pulls out the kendo stick. Almost busted across the face of Harrison Rose, but Rose gets there just a second too quickly. Throws Mo Skillz into the barricade. He threw Harrison Rose, trying to get a little bit of payback, I can only assume. I don't imagine it feels good to just be tossed like a rag doll like that. A little demeaning. We're professional wrestlers around here. Big clothesline takes out Mo Skillz. A little bit of a jumping clothesline. Had to get the extra elevation. Harrison Rose up to the top rope. Big forearm across the back. Mo Skillz trying to get him down. He does. Throws him down off the top rope. Then off of it he goes. Crossbody. Mo Skillz going for another cover. 1. Only a count of 1. Much too early in this match for anything like that. Mo Skillz drops the elbow across the body of Harrison Rose. He's heading outside, going back underneath the ring. Another sledgehammer. This cannot be good for his opponent. Harrison Rose gets out of the way. Mo Skillz eats that huge elbow. Gets thrown into the corner. Only a forearm across the back. Harrison Rose able to fight back. Gets the reversal. Huge. That's a little. I don't know about that. That hammer went somewhere. It was not his back that hammer went. Goes over. Leg drop. Propelled by the ropes. Using the tension to his advantage. Mo Skillz not able to recover thus far. Harrison Rose wants him on his feet. Crossbody connects. Going for the cover. 1. Only a count of 1. Mo Skillz able to kick out. Is he going to be able to get up to his feet? Maybe win his championship back. Harrison Rose was going for a massive kick, but he missed. Mo Skillz putting a combo together. Harrison Rose gets out of the way. Reverse DDT. Stopping the momentum of Mo Skillz in its tracks. Another table comes out. Just run through them, ladies and gentlemen. Do whatever you must. I'll pay for them anyway, I guess. Harrison Rose with a big combo. Lays Mo Skillz out. He grabs a table. Propping it up. Knees to the face. Harrison Rose going for the cover on the champion. Biggie, how's it going, brother? Hola. Mr. CEO, I see you in your personal suite. Beautiful lady beside you. Answer me this. Will she scream if you bleed? She'll laugh first, probably. Just to be honest. But then, like, yeah. I don't know. We might see exactly what she'd do if I bleed. Conversations with the real owner of UCW were had. She might be making a debut. Mo Skillz gets caught. Harrison Rose, big power bomb. Drops him down. Now we're going to exchange blows. Harrison Rose meets Mo Skillz. A lot of big punches, big slaps across the chest. Will she scream if you bleed is crazy, by the way. That threw me off guard. Hella. That threw me off guard. Hella. Harrison Rose trying to fight back, but Mo Skillz keeping the pressure on. He catches him. Big kick. Takes out the table as well. Would have been cooler if he went through it, but whatever, 2K. Going for the cover. 3. Harrison Rose is your new UCW Prime Internet Champion. Both belts that were on the line tonight, ladies and gentlemen, have changed hands. Harrison Rose making it look easy against Mo Skillz. Yes, Mo Skillz put up a good fight, but from the second this match started, Harrison Rose was in the driver's seat. DMGs. GGs, yes sir. Yes sir. Supposed to be scared over that. Nah. I ain't scared of nothing that can bleed, sir. Me, Adam Thomas, all of it. We the same person. Nah, we ain't. But still, it's getting a little bit personality disorder around here. I don't know who I am half the time anymore, guys. But ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we've got a TLC match to crown the first ever PrimeTime briefcase holder. Shawn Hunter, James Casey, Van Dyer. Next. Gotta say next. You know, just add something to it. Then we get a little transition. Then we come in on the arena. I feel like Michael Cole, all right? Let me do me. Our scheduled webcam break. That might be what keeps causing my stream to mess up. If that is, I won't do it. Tell me this then. Will you scream if sheep? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Whether it's a scream of anger or a scream of pain is up to interpretation and situation. My Dizzy wants to know. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I said I wasn't scared of anything that can bleed, and I mean that. All right. Intimidated A little uncomfortable is different. Feel like intimidated, maybe a little uncomfortable. That's different. Then maybe Dizzy will say hi. That's the equivalent of tell mommy I said hi, but like way scarier. Just to be honest. Making their way to the ring next, we've got James Casey, a good old cowboy, former rodeo member. He riding them bulls and shit. Making his UCW debut in one of the biggest matches of his career in and outside of this arena. The last entrant in this TLC match and the main event of UCW Prime. We've got none other. Let me fix my hair before I'm alfalfa on webcam. Van Dyer. I thought his shirt said Stephen King. I was like, that's a little weird. All the best for the rookie. Yes, sir. The Street King of UCW making his first appearance. You know, I think we just found all three of these guys' entrance music because I'm really liking this too. Yeah, no, that sold it for me. That sealed it. Sign the contract. Get the copyrights got on over. I need licenses, people. Licenses. Shawn Hunter very fired up and ready to go. James Casey much more calm. Pretty sure he's in the same short corner that Shawn Hunter was in. We're not going to calm. Oh my God. He just threw James Casey across the ring to start off the match. Shawn Hunter laser focused on the ladder. I was just trying to take a drink, yo. Did he just set him? He helped him? You can do that? James Casey just climbing up the ladder, taking complete advantage of the opportunity that's been fucking presented to him. That's two. Thank you, YouTube. Van Dyer heads outside. James Casey knocking Shawn Hunter off the ladder. Now Shawn Hunter taking an opportunity for it. Big kick to the face, misses. Van Dyer gets caught by a big reversal. Into the ropes, the big kick from Hunter misses. Van Dyer chooses to go after him. James Casey, once again, looks like he's gonna focus on the ladder, but I think he's forgetting how to walk or pick it up or something. Who knows? Down into the turnbuckle, Van Dyer. Hunter seems a little confused, sitting over in that corner. Headlock, bouncing their heads together. James Casey gets caught by Van Dyer. Hunter slams him down on the ladder. Big kick. Van Dyer not feeling the impact of that at all. Now working on the arm of the man who just did it to him. James Casey catches him. Big punch. Down onto his tailbone for PG purposes. Big punch to the face as well. Hunter setting up the ladder in the middle of the ring. James Casey more worried about the table. Big forearm across the back. Van Dyer starting the pot on the outside. Hunter once again. Oh, never mind. He gets knocked down. James Casey took care of it. We good. And he's going to decide to go up the ladder. This is some great spots, some great pacing, some great storytelling. Very glad that I booked a triple threat and not a fatal four-way like I planned on. Down onto the table. Dropping his head onto the table. Van Dyer pissed off about that one. Takes out Hunter. Throwing him into the ropes. Drops down. Leapfrog over. James Casey rearing up that arm for something. Elbow drops down. Big stomp down on the arm of Van Dyer. Hunter goes into the ropes. Drops down onto the table. It's not set up. I'm rooting for the rookie. Would be an awesome way to make a statement. Yes, sir. All three of these men technically rookies since this is our developmental show. And I believe this is... Oh, down onto the ladder. James Casey. The bruising on the side of the ribs. No, they're all technically making their debut, so they'd all technically be rookies. But, like, I see what you're saying. I'm here for it. I appreciate the support for the rookies. I just want to see violence. Wait for Friday, sir. I've heard some things about the Friday card. I've heard some things that are supposed to happen. And by heard, I mean I've planned them because I hear voices in my head. Randy Orton type beat. And, yeah, Joka might have an interesting night planned for him. could be some silver and gold in his future. Hunter gets knocked down off the ladder, but James Casey took too long. Van Dyer throws him into the corner, was going for something huge, but he missed. James Casey dropped down onto his shoulders. Big kick, knocking the table out of the hands of Van Dyer. His first name is Shawn. I figured, I just had to make sure. James Casey set up that ladder strictly to mess that up for Shawn Hunter. That kick would have landed. Van Dyer going up the ladder while Shawn Hunter's distracted with James Casey. Big pressure points locked in, but Van Dyer, he's got one hand on that briefcase. The ladder goes out from underneath him. James Casey throws Shawn Hunter over the ropes, trying to take him down. Or put him back in the ring. Let me stop talking. Yep, puts him back in the ring, forearm across the back. Setting up the table. They're just looking at each other. Y'all gonna kiss or something? Did he just slap him? Like, open palm? That's disrespectful as hell. Van Dyer looking at Shawn Hunter. Okay, they actually might have just made out a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Going for the choke. James Casey gets the reversal. Van Dyer able to fight out of that one. Shawn Hunter trying to get one hand on the briefcase. He succeeds. James Casey taking out Van Dyer. Not the right move. Shawn Hunter, two hands on the briefcase. Van Dyer gets out of the attack from James Casey. Too late. Shawn Hunter pulls down the briefcase. Shouldn't have focused on Van Dyer, man. Shawn Hunter, your first ever primetime briefcase holder. An impressive victory, possibly completely luck, if you ask me, but he won nonetheless. And we're only about redoing things if like disqualifications happen or like some stupid shit like that. While the game loads, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you for showing up tonight. That has been a great UCW Prime. Clown, are we doing Chaos Theory tonight, my friend? Ladies and gentlemen, Gabe Gordon versus PrimeTime Powell. Where's Corey and Topanga? Coming soon. Theater near you. UCW International. That's just a joke. Every time I say theater near you, I say UCW International. Because we going places. Calvin Rodgers became the new UCW Prime Champion, defeating Nicholas Lancer. Chloe Adams defeated Sloane, proving why and how she became the UCW Prime Women's Champion. And Harrison Rose took the UCW Prime Internet Championship away from Skillz. And Shawn Hunter, and in a surprising and yet fairly obvious victory, became the first ever primetime briefcase holder. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for showing up to UCW Prime. It has been a great stream, an incredible turnout. Not feeling great. It sounds good, brother. I just want to know if I needed to stall for like a few more minutes. Let's find somebody to raid out to then.